We are going to continue to fight back, and we are going to continue to speak lies to his truth, speak lies to his truth. We're going to continue to fight back, and we are going to continue to speak lies to his truth, speak lies to his truth.
It's 9:03 a.m., and you can already tell it's going to be one of those mornings. So you turn on the NPR One app.
It's NPR One.
And hear a stream of hand-picked stories. You keep on listening because you hear another story you love, then another. And another. Which means your favorite morning show lasts as long as you want it to.
Obviously, you're concerned about the situation in Gaza. What are the hopes now to get the hostages back?
She just became a big story tonight, right?
Yes, sir.
Did you see that?
Donald Trump getting hit in the face by a large, heavy microphone right in the mouth while standing on the tarmac at Andrews Air Force Base, waiting for the planes to take off. The reason why there are big mics there is because the plane engines are running, and this is how the reporters get the sound from the principal. But nonetheless, I've never, ever seen a reporter get hit in the face by a mic here. Many people saying, wait a second, this is a horrible threat to Donald Trump. There could be a pathogen on that microphone. It could have been turned into a physical weapon or a biological weapon. There could have been anthrax. There could have been fentanyl. You could have killed President Trump here. Either way, it's just horrifically disrespectful. And lo and behold, ladies and gentlemen, we now know exactly who smashed President Trump in the face with the microphone. It is a reporter at NPR, and you're going to not be shocked to learn this is a psychotic liberal reporter who has Trump derangement syndrome, who hates President Trump, and maybe did this on purpose. Here we go. It turns out the NPR reporter that hit Trump in the face with a microphone is a rabid Trump hater. I'd say press charges because it was clearly intentional. If she did that to a cop, she'd be arrested. So why is President Trump any different? Laura Loomer here with The Scoop. I've identified the reporter. Her name is Danielle Kurtzleben. She is a newly appointed White House reporter for NPR, a massive Trump hater and alphabet advocate who once suggested during the 2024 campaign that Trump only spoke in Howell, Michigan because it has ties to the KKK. Did she hit President Trump on purpose? In our recent reporting, we obviously identified this reporter right here because she's clearly the one holding the mic that matches the mic in the video. Now, obviously, President Trump's team knows who this reporter was because the press pool here is tight. It's a closed press pool. Only a certain number of reporters get to travel with the president and ask him questions, so they clearly knew who it was. Here's her profile. NPR presidential campaign correspondent 2024, a real piece of work, she says. Laura Loomer saying that she has a vicious anti-Trump bias. Here's the video in which she said that Trump may have only chosen to speak in Howell, Michigan because of KKK and white supremacy.
Giving you a live look at the White House. As we turn to a news alert this morning, President Donald Trump signs another executive order making cuts to federal funding. NPR and PBS funding slashed due to what the president is calling bias in reporters broadcasting. Right now, we're going to check in with Fox 5 DC's Melanie Onwick. She joins us live this morning at NPR headquarters with what else we know about this order. Melanie, good morning to you.
Good morning. So in the executive order, which was signed after 11 p.m. last night, the White House says that government funding of the news media is outdated, unnecessary, and corrosive to the appearance of journalistic independence. NPR and PBS have been bracing for these cuts as a continuation of the Trump administration cutting funding for programs that the president dislikes. But they don't just produce news programming. Generations of kids grew up on Sesame Street, Clifford the Big Red Dog, and Bill Nye the Science Guy. Programs like Masterpiece Theater and Antiques Roadshow have become cultural icons. But disdain for the organizations and their news divisions was evident during a hearing in March on Capitol Hill. Republicans and the president have criticized the outlets, claiming on social media they, quote, spread radical woke propaganda. NPR and PBS leaders defended their bipartisanship.
For far too long, federal taxpayers have been forced to fund biased news. This needs to come to an end. and it needs to come to an end now.
PBS programming and the services that local stations provide bring Americans together. It is valued, needed, and trusted by the American people.
The Corporation for Public Broadcasting was created in 1967. It provides $500 million federal dollars to National Public Radio and the Public Broadcasting Service. Federal dollars are not the only source of funding. PBS and NPR say the majority of their funding comes from corporate sponsorships, grants, and viewer donations. And most of those funds actually go to the local stations in communities across the country. PBS's CEO said the cuts will be disruptive to its mission of preparing millions of children for success in school and life. And the Corporation for Public Broadcasting has filed suit against the Trump administration, saying that the president does not have the authority to fire its board members. He fired 3 recently, and we can expect there may be also some legal action trying to fight against this latest round of cuts.
Fox 5 DC's Melanie Onwick, always a stellar breakdown. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a great rest of your day and a great weekend.
You too. Thank you.
I mean, shutdowns are terrible. And of course, there will be, families that are going to suffer. We take that responsibility very seriously. But it is one of the few leveraged times we have.
The people who work overtime are among the hardest working citizens in our country.
One man believes in no tax on tips, no tax on Social Security, and now, no tax on overtime.
As the expression goes, be careful what you wish for.
This morning, President Trump is calling on Republicans to change the rules in the Senate to reopen the government. Trump posting overnight, it is now time for the Republicans to play their Trump card and go for what is called the nuclear option. Get rid of the filibuster and get rid of it now. The move would allow Republicans to pass a bill to fund the government with a simple majority instead of the 60 votes currently needed. But Senate Majority Leader John Thune has warned against this move, saying it could come back to bite Republicans whenever Democrats take power back. Meanwhile, millions of Americans fear their food assistance or SNAP benefits will run out tomorrow as the government shutdown drags on.